Hello and welcome to PLR Season 4, Tier 2, Round 6 in Singapore. We have 16 drivers racing today, and we are on the streets of Singapore. Let's see now what the weather is going to be like. How do you think it's going to be, MX?
Uh, I think qualifying one is going to set the pace, like with most street circuits.
It is a real rhythm track, though. You need to get the laps out there and build up that
Yeah,
confidence.
I agree.
Um,
I
Taking
do,
a while to
I do
load
like
now.
this track.
Here we go. Still black screen for me,
Yeah, it's
I've
taking its
had
sweet old time.
suspicions that
There we
this
go.
lobby was going to cause issues, but here we go. It's not raining anyways for qualifying so far, but
Good start.
let's see how it's looking here. So, Six Mag is so far the championship leader. I actually was quite surprised at even how close Tier 2 has been. Any one of the top, say, 10, 12 drivers can win a race.
Mhm.
But what I did notice is that Six Mag has pulled away a good 50, 60 points in the championship, and I'm actually quite surprised because he's only won one race. Yes,
Yeah,
consistency and then as well. And is it Sadistic? I think it was Liverpool fan at least, yeah, and I think it might maybe Sadistic King. They're second and third, and they podiums and
exactly
they're up
that.
there in the mix.
Consistency is the key.
Cars are
And
going
uh, you know, to be top. I mean, also looking at Big Knockers down in P6, he's won two.
in. Yeah,
He's all the way down in P6 because I know like consistency isn't there like it is with the
yeah, and I think
guys
he
up
missed a
ahead.
couple of races as well. I think so. It's just a mix of a few different things. Jack's out on track. He's forced out there. He's our reigning Tier 2 champ at the moment. Getting out there early. Set himself a banker lap time. Hopefully be enough then to get him into Q2. Who else is out there? Sim, who's making his debut today. He's in P3 at the moment. He's on in outlap. And then Spectre as
Apparently,
well. So the two Red
in
Bulls
the
are going out
chat,
early.
crew in the chat has said it's dry quali. Apparently, it's going to be an inter-start going dry after 20 minutes. Now that's very precise, which makes me think he might not be lying for once. But he does do this every race, so we'll have to wait and see.
That's it. That's it. Appreciate the information there. So yeah, Inters will be difficult to start, but I do think the best thing to do is go out and try a dry setup there, and
I
just
don't think. I don't think.
survive the first half of the race, and then it'll work out in the end.
If it is Inter's start, I don't think Lawrenson's going to be too happy. We just had a full 50% race around Monaco with Inter's the whole time,
Right.
so I don't think he's going to be too happy if he has another street circuit that starts off
Jack's
in the
just
rain.
starting his lap here now. He's into turn one, breaking down into fourth gear, keeping the pace there. Oh, now he has a car just coming out, and will they get out of the way? It's a Haas, I think, and they are not getting out of the way. So I would imagine that will be. I know he has now. He has now. I think it was Knockos.
Yes, it was.
26.8. They're their first sector one time. What we have now. So 26.8 there from Jack. Into the twisty section there. Oh, got very close to the wall, but all good. Oh, and then second time round, not so good. Didn't see any end plate fly off, but he definitely hit the wall there.
Yeah, little kiss the wall.
Oh, then he definitely hit it there. He's
Wow.
lucky that he has a wheel still on his car after that one. That was a big out cloud of the wall there. So I'm going to move down to, I think that the next Red Bull is Spectre is the next one on the lap. 26.8 as well for him through sector one.
The thing is, Jack might not have got the ideal start to his qualifying session, but pushing the limits like that, if he can get a lap in pushing those limits, it's going to be a blinder. That's the risk with these kind of street circuits at tight. You have to use as much track as possible. If it pays off, then it really does work. If not, then that's what happens, and you look yourself into the wall, unfortunately.
Yep, Spectre is still pushing. He is at the moment fast as I do think that. Yeah, Jack's back in the pit, so Jack just came in, got new wing. As I said, he's very lucky to be still participating in this qualifying session. So far on Spectra, it's looking like a very decent lap. He's using all the track. It's very well taken there, that last chicane. Coming around the last corner now. Sending it in there. Using all the track at 36.8. That's a good lap from there. And then Simpson, how's he doing on his debut? Coming around the last corner now. Coming out of there, 49, 37.2. Next car across the line is a Ferrari looking car.
Sadistic.
Sadistic, is it?
Yeah. Oh no, that's how it start that, I think.
Started off, right.
That's... Unless that is invalid, because it definitely didn't say on that back there. Possibly. So Liverpool fans will be on Liverpool.
Liverpool fan is out. He
He's tired, he's crashed.
crashed on the last sector there.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Right.
Cruise next, by looks of it. Coming through sector 2 now.
Yep.
Sector 3, sorry.
136 so far. A bit wide there, but he's going under the stadium, under the grandstand now. There's nowhere's quite a lot of that lap, the last sector there. 36.2.
Nice time.
Jack's come back out of the pits there on his left hand side. Who's that coming around the corner?
Knock off, cross over the line.
Monster, is it?
That's 0.
It was a big knockout. A bit of a gap then. I think that's a Jack out after you.
I think that's going to be sadistic now, isn't it? The next one.
The next Ferrari. Yeah, there's a bit of a gap to the end. Yeah.
Just a heads up, it was 6 mag after him.
Yep.
Would be nice if in the next game when you are spectating you're able to see the weather condition as well.
Yeah, 38.3.
To have a bit more
6 mag,
intel on what's
36.0.
36.0. Very nice lap. Would be nice to get a bit more intel on what is going on.
Yeah.
Monster's invalidated, he's next, that's unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and then there's an Aero Vintage on the net lap from him then. He's gone on to Aero Vintage and have a look. Still on him for the lap. He's about to start now. Monster gonna go again, or is he boxing? No, he's boxing. This is the thing about Q1. Drivers need to yeah, for sure.
It's just going through the first sector. This is coming up to the time just underneath a couple of bridges. The first sector is 27.1. Q1 is all about getting a time on the board at this point and just
1 second. You keep going there, yeah. I just have something happening here.
Yep. No problem at all. Vintage. Let's see what he's going to get in the second sector. I think that might be an end plate missing after that, possibly. Find out shortly. Yes, he's going to back out of that. That's unfortunate. Jack DNF next. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, it won't change on the stream, but Jack DNF has just got a 104 sector 2 as he heads into sector 3 now in front of Vintage. Let's see what kind of time he can set on the board. Oh, it's invalidated anyway. Like I say, at this point it is all about just getting a time on the board. If you do want to get out afterwards, of course you can, but just sticking a time on that board, putting some pressure on other drivers can sometimes really put the ball in your court, and you're in control pretty much after that. Just coming up to the last corner now. It's 36.2. Provisional P3 for him. Total Carney just going through sector 3. Ooh. Left end plate of his front wing has been knocked off, and he's only got 8 more minutes to try and set a time. Let's see, does he pit or does he stick with the lap? Yep, he dives into the pits. Good idea, get that wing damage taken care of and then get back out and get a good time on the board. Spidey is the next one going through sector 2, 104.3 sector 2 time there, split time. He's heading into sector 3 now. He has traffic just up ahead of the AlphaTauri. Right, should be waiting to just yield here. So it looks like he's just going to continue. He has enough behind him. Hopefully the dirty air won't unless Spidey's up too much, and that's a 1:37.0. And he keeps going through sector 3 now. That may only spend 5 seconds up, but that would still only be a 1:40, which probably will not be quick enough unless people still fail to set times. There we go, 1:38.1, P7.
P7 there, yeah. Monster's on the lap.
Also just started his lap.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I think Spidey's already set a lap. I don't know, is Spidey gone again? Is he? He's right up at the gearbox. He's not going again, no, he's not.
Yeah, he's...
He has his hairs off. Good distracting though.
Yeah, it can be.
That was weird. Oh, he actually had flicked a Monster there, and then it was on board with a McLaren, which was very strange. And I also checked out
Looks to me, looking at the gearbox, that Monster is trying auto gears. Sorry, manual gears. Normally runs auto, so if he is, this will be a big step up for him. As I know that he's trying to transition through to the manual.
Yeah.
So, I think
manual does help so much.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's not the easiest transition if you are.
Oh, you got them validating that
there. If you do rely on that, but I know Monster does have the ability to use the manual, so once he gets used to that, that'll definitely, hopefully help him settle.
And Craigie's on the lap.
Please turn up your mic. I haven't messed around with volumes, that should be okay.
We do sound a bit low to be fair now, but I thought it was just me.
Should be. Unless it's...
Craigie in the last sector. Using all the track as well, getting close to the wall. Oh, very close to the wall there. Around the last corner. 1:36.2. Looking a great lap there. With Craigie. Just look at that, look how close there's 3 drivers there with a 36.2, 36.2, 38, 2.74 and 2.81.
Just
very, very good.
Separating 3 drivers. And there's 2
that's why tier 2 is at the moment showing how it's done here. Total Carney's on the lap. Let's see how Total Carney can get going with this. He's in sector 1, using all the track there as well. That's it, you have to be really confident with pushing the boundaries of the track around here to gain lap time, especially all of the street tracks as well. 26.7, so that's a good first sector so far.
Exactly that, confident. It's huge.
He's another driver using manual gears. He saw the quick upshift there from second to third. He's actually not using the full range of the gears. That will be losing sometimes. You want to be getting into that blue light kind of area in your hood there. Like more so there, and then there we go. A bit better there. Yeah, and look, see that quick upshift from first to third there. To get the dropping it down to first to get that extra rotation, and then back up to third then to get the traction out of the corner. No 4-0. That's so far so good. Purple there. Purple middle sector. And see that there, you should be using a bit more curve on that left hand side. You can use that curve. Take that inside curve there as well.
I'm just trying to figure out if everyone's... that was better. That was better.
Yeah. This is going to be putting him up here with 6, man. Definitely for sure. Or not. 36.8. Good middle sector there.
That's very good.
Right, who is next? To set a lap time. Clement. Fruit is the third, but I think that was in the sixth, wasn't it? Yeah. Clement's on a lap, middle sector. 104.0 was Total Carney through 2 sectors. Vintage is the third. Also in the pits.
Guys, yeah. I'm trying to figure out if Six Mag has peaked early or if he's genuinely quicker, because I'm not sure. Q1 normally myself I try and you don't want to show your true pace necessarily so early, but if that is a bank of lap for him, then he's definitely one to look out for.
Yeah, like so why that's all it needs to be done. And if it puts you fastest, then if you hit your, I do think there's definitely more time in this, because if we're going by tier 1's pole lap of a 32, mid 32, I know that was the Assassin, but we should be expecting 33s, 34s for sure. So,
yeah.
Especially with it being a dry session too. Clement is crossing the line. That Jack, it's Spectre. I think Spectre, what Spectre is doing, you think he's just boxing now, but he's getting some laps in. Yeah, he was Q1 for that. Now, the risk reward with that is if you've been it, then you're.
Just on board when Monster going into sector 2, he hasn't got a time on the board. This lap is very important.
Yeah. 104.3. I think so. He's 1 second down on the likes of Clement and Spectre again. So that should put him in and around Jack DNF for third. I don't know why people are retiring in the left. I suppose there's only one spot going, and maybe, just maybe, Lemony is not participating in qualifying because, sure, he's still in the pits, hasn't gone out. He doesn't have any bans. I know he was volunteering a ban for himself, but he doesn't have one, so he might have
38.6. So what's for that?
Yeah. Liverpool fan didn't set a lap time and is out.
Interesting.
Yeah, but remember he did bin it in the last sector.
Yeah.
This Monster going to go again. I think that's right for Monster that time. First lap, just get himself a lap, just to build that little bit of confidence, and now push it a little bit more. Because that's the thing about the invalid. Fill up your car for 2 laps, go out the first lap, and get your banker in, and then you can push it a little bit more as well.
Treat it like you would a medium compound run.
Yeah, especially in Q1. The end of Q3 when all the when the marbles are on the table there for pole. We don't want to be carrying any extra weight. But Q1, so many times you see drivers getting knocked in Q1 because they invalidated and then they didn't have enough fuel to do a second run. So, Lemony's not heading out. So 104.2 like that. Yeah, he's doing a much better lap now. He's a second up, so this should put him into the 37s.
And to assume he has enough fuel, it seems to be going well so far. I hope for his sake he does.
Definitely, and he's running full beans in the airs as well, so I do think he's definitely pushing. Oh, did we get it squarely there?
Possibly.
The rear didn't
look like he
backed out for a
the
second.
rear was. Yeah, I think the rear tried going a bit quicker than the front of the car was going.
He did lose some time because he was up over a second and now he's on 4 tenths. So, 6 tenths, he got 4 tenths there.
But as I say, if he is trying out manual gears through to Q2, that's good.
Spidey just said, here, is it a wet race question mark? So, we barely hear us over the chat. Can I see?
I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to play this.
Still here, just checking the audio settings, just make sure we are okay. So it's more the cars being loud than us being quiet, is it? Right. Yeah. So it's just Lemony, I think it's just Lemony Tang that is knocked out of Q1. Chat audio. Just microphone level. Hello, hello. That sounds very loud. We'll go here. Any better? If you can let us know in the comments, I will up the volume slightly. Ever so slightly. Here we go. So it is 6 Mag P1, Craigie, Crew Steamers, Big Knockos, PLR Owen, Total Carney, Specdrive, Clement Pheasant, Spider-Man, Sims are round out the top 10. Monster, ALR Vintage, Sadistic King, Jack DNF, Liverpool Fan, and then Lemony Tang I think is the top, is everybody involved. What I will say as well is that we are very used to a very small delta time between everybody in Tier 2. This will have the biggest delta because it has the most corners, so you have the most chances of making time or losing time. And it's one of the biggest tracks as well, so I think it's like 20. There was more because the Singapore Sling used to technically have 3 corners in it, because you know you had your left, right, left. Now it's just one corner, so it's one apex, so it's classed as one corner. But so I still think there's like 20, 21 corners around here. So you have 20 opportunities to gain time, lose time, rather than say, for example, Austria, where there is 9 corners, but turn 2 is not really a turn, so we can really say you have 8 opportunities to gain or lose time. So that's why you have smaller deltas, smaller tracks. So yeah, we have 14 cars, so that's I think because Liverpool is out, so instead of having 15 cars taking part in Q2 we have 14. There's no real point going out on mediums now because the race is going to start in the wet. There's no point setting a medium lap tire now, and you might want to keep that medium set for the race as well. So details, a lot of people have the medium set on. Maybe you want to use it just for the first one, but realistically there's no point, there's no benefit of starting on it unless you want to keep an extra set of softs. But I'm just trying to think here now. It all depends on how long that rain is going to last. Like, if that rain is going to last about 20 minutes, you could look to try. Oh, you got very close to the wall there, Jack. Yeah, you might be better off going inters to mediums and go to the end of the race.
Yeah. Rather
than go on to another tire. And I think the softs, I think they might be. Oh, you nearly like some other circuits as well. So it might be better. It might be better to run the mediums.
Looks like that's the Red Bull plan. Save the mediums so they can go inters to mediums and just do a one-stop.
That would be probably the best thing to do. But as I said, because it's inters, whatever tire they use here doesn't really reflect. It's just keep an extra set of softs. I suppose people might want to do an extra run in Q3. They'd have time, but not well. That'd be pretty tight. I think you can only get 2 around here. Some of the smaller tracks you can get 3 runs in, but I think around here it'd be very difficult to get 3 in with a 130, let's say a 95-second lap. So it'd be very difficult.
It's a turnaround in pit. Well, engineers aren't very quick in this game.
No, they're not. No, they're not. So we're on board with Jack here. He's just coming out at turn 2, making a run down here to the first DRS zone. Didn't use all the track there. You could have gone a bit further left there, but you know he's still going there. So yeah, McLaren keeping out of the way. The 2 Red Bulls, like Q1, have both gone out first, and 27.0 there for the first sector from Jack. So let's see how the rest of the lap goes. We're looking at 104s. 104.0 there was a good sector 2 time. Here you go. I love this section actually, coming over the bridge.
It is great.
Yeah, if you nail all that, it feels really good. Right, doesn't no short shift. It's up to 3rd. Okay, they try to use as much DRS zones around here, but it doesn't really help, unfortunately. Straights aren't long enough, but actually the Saudi Arabia track should be interesting next year, I have to say. It looks...
Yeah, I mean, looking into it, it's just, I don't know.
I think they have more corners than here as well. I think that will break the record for most. Well, not the most, because the record actually is the Nürburgring, but in recent times anyways, I think it has like 26 corners or something like that. Here he is around the last corner. Jack is going to set a 1:37.9, Specdrive a 1:36.0, and then a McLaren around the end last time there. I think it must have been just starting a lap. Who is next? There's a racing point going into the pits. I think it's a Haas. Is that Knocko's? Yep, Knocko's 36-0. Look how close it is. McLaren must be starting a lap. Renault 6 mag on a medium set. What's he going to do? 136.6.
For medium.
Is that Crew next?
He's on an outlap.
He's on an outlap, right. There's a bit of a gap there. I think there's a Force India next, so that must be Owen on the medium.
Yes, 1043 for his second time. Split time.
So that is a little bit slower than I think it was a 103.8 there for 6 man, so a couple of times slower. I have to say, as we're only talking there about the amount of corners around this. Oh, he's into the wall underneath the grandstand.
That's unfortunate.
That is very unfortunate. He's going to have to box for that now. But what I was going to say is just the two guys there at the top, 20 something corners, and they're separated by less than a half a tenth. He's gone again. Or maybe he's just finishing the lap just to get a banker in, but yeah.
Come across the line in a moment.
Yeah, going around the last corner on softs. 37.3, and then Crew 36.2 on the mediums. Really good lap time there. If you count the delta time of tyres around here between the softs and the pole there, so that's at the moment the lap of the session so far. Will he go again? You can go again. Actually, just think, because you're not going to start the race on these tyres. So if you can gain more pace now, he has backed off, I think. Who is next? Monster using all the track. P5 on the medium tyre. So, yeah. You know, faster than two guys on the soft there. Another person crossing the line. It must be just starting a lap there. So, Total Carney's on a lap. He's the only person. Yeah, that was Total Carney just starting that lap there. So he's just out of turn 2. A little bit of loss of traction there on exit. Gone nice and tidy there. .26 for lock up the front left there. Here we go, coming up to the Singapore scene.
Must be screaming with all those lockups.
Yeah. But fair play to them, you know, using no ABS.
I agree. Very nice.
Over the bridge. Yeah. Down into first. Quick upshift.
As you said, just watching someone else a couple of laps ago.
Yeah.
When you send it through there in 6th or 7th gear, the feeling's just...
Yeah, it's quality. It's quality.
It is awesome.
So Carney's also going for a medium run here. Cars do seem to be...
On a medium, so I'm not sure if that's going to track time, saving tyres, or if it is...
Yeah, I think some people might want to keep a set of sauce for the race, so you'll have a fresh set if they do 2 runs in Q3 and go for the medium here. You already have a set of mediums, so if you didn't use your mediums, you'd still have 2 sets of mediums for the race, brand new set. So Carney at 35.7 on the mediums. There you go.
That's good. That's a very nice medium compound tyre there.
I think Carney's showing us how it's done at the moment. So Carney, if he's racing next year, he'll be racing in the PLR Americas Championship. So
yes,
something to keep an eye out.
That's going to be a big shift. I'm going to miss Bubbers in Tier 3.
Yeah, but he mightn't be in Tier 3 and anyways, even if we said it the way he was. He's might have been the way he's performing so far. He's they're in the running there to get up into Tier 2.
Hopefully I am too. I was hoping we'd move up together in Tier 2, but now I'm going to miss him.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He is a good guy. He's one of the best guys here. So this is a good lap time for Clement. He's only a 10th down on what Carney was through the first 2 sectors. So we'll keep on board here with him. A bit of a lock up there. Using all the track. Oh, yellow flag's just in front of him, is it? Or just behind him? Yeah.
That's unfortunate. But
Oh, Spidey on the
on the
softs.
softs, that could have been quicker. He did have a little bit of a slip through sector 3. So
Right.
I'm sure he'll still be happy with that though. Provisional pole.
Yeah, I am expecting a 34 for pole here now, but Clement at 36.6. It's still a good time, especially on the medium tyre. You look at Six Mag,
Yep.
he's faster than Six Mag, who's leading the championship. So at the moment, Six Mag is the standard if everyone wants to, I suppose, measure up against it. So far this season, he has been, as the table doesn't lie, as they say. So ALR Vintage just starting a lap. It says Clement has done 0 laps, but we've obviously seen him set a lap. So a bit of a glitch there.
Yes.
Ferrari on an out lap. Yeah, we'll stick on board with Sadistic here. He's coming around the last corner. He's on the soft tyre. So Owen is actually going back out on the mediums for. So he's putting all his marbles in one basket there with the we're going out here now because he won't have enough time to get back in and get onto the soft. So it's a bold move. I don't, like 26.8 there for Sadistic through sector 1. I think we've seen some faster times there through that low 26s. So we're looking then for 103s, then a high 103, 103.7, 103.8 then for sector 2 to put him in and around that Carney knockouts area.
If we're looking at the time now, 35.7 in Q2, Q3 as we discussed. I think we are looking for a low to mid 34 for pole, possibly. Maybe someone will dip into the 33, but
I think 33 is a bit of a stretch. 30 to get to a 33 now, it's 1.7 seconds, and to be honest,
I don't think
they are going to find that gap between Q2 and 3. So,
I do think mid 34 is what we'll be looking at.
Well, look, you look at Carney there with a 35.7 on mediums, and it's going to be at least a half a second gap between medium and soft. So, that already puts him at a net kind of a 35.1, 35.2 as is. So Sadistic at 37.3 there. Owen there's in P13 at the moment. He is on the softs. Sorry, so that's just showing best time, not fitted time. Yeah, so we'll stick on the fitted here now. So we can see.
Just in front of him. Hopefully that doesn't compromise him. There is a bit of a gap between them. So.
See how he gets through sector 2 here. I have to say, Singapore is one of my favourite tracks. I always love racing in it since the start.
It's a great track. Very fun. Challenging. Fun.
It sorts out the drivers, you know what I mean? I think it really does, like more than most tracks, I have to say. So on here, coming up 104.0. So far, should put him into the 36s, I feel. Because he did make a mistake in the last sector. Remember, he broke his wing, so how does he manage this now? Took that much better. I say he could come in around the knockout spec drive crew time here. Crew's back out, and it looks like he's on mediums as well.
36.3 maybe?
Oh, 36.6. 36.6, so Sadistic is out. I'm just looking at other guys. There's 146 that they really should be out. The likes of Vintage there, not still in the pits, is not. He's not going to have any time now to get around.
Sadistic on the mediums, but he's not going for a lap behind him. Is Sinister on the soft yet to put in a time. 1.45 in sector 2. So
that's 5 tenths down, isn't it, from what Owen was able to manage there. So unless he nails the last sector, yeah, you can see there 137.7. So just double check one. It's going to double check crew here. Just to double check. Yeah, he is on the medium tyre again. Unless they pull the wool over eyes and it's not going to be raining, I wouldn't really be risking. Unless he's confident. Oh, there's a 35.3 from Six Mag on the soft tyre. Oh, crew got a bit wobbly there underneath the stadium. It is an outlap, to be fair now, so he's not pushing. Should be going now. Stick on board with Crew for this.
Yeah, but if the Alpha Tauris going out together. See what they can pull off.
Yeah, Crew's at turn 1 there, turn 2. Turn 3 all good so far. Onto the power, good and early. That's pretty good so far.
Vintage
26.8. He is down though, 3/10. Yeah, Spec Driver third in the pits there. So Sadistic is out of Q2, he's in P11 and he set his lap time. Vintage is out. So it's really only Simpson and Jack DNF that can pull themselves out here. We'll see how Crew is after sector 2. Let's see if he's able to improve. He's still down 210, so he's pretty much matched himself through the middle sector. Slightly faster. Just want to see where Jack is on the map here. He is behind him. 6 mag is on an in-lap just ahead, so we'll jump to Jack. Oh, Crew's not breaking a wing. Yeah.
Hopefully, he's safe.
Yeah, no, he's backed out. Yeah, no, jumped on Jack here. Jack's down 3 seconds, so I don't know if Jack's not going to be able to do it. He's on his airs is off, and Simster's out. So that's our top 10 there. Craigie doesn't need to set another lap.
1:35.8 on the softs. Nice lap time there for him.
It is. Good job.
And yeah, that is now the top 10 concluded.
Crew's retired. Him and Owen just moved about there. But that's it. Owen on the lap. Is Owen gonna? No, Owen's in. No needs to set a lap time. That's our top 10 there now. 6 mag, Spider-Man, Total Carney. So the drivers that will be starting, well, won't be starting the race if it is an intermediate start, but the guys that have gotten through to Q3 is Craigie, Crew and Total Carney on the medium tyre now.
Yeah, I am confused. I mean, they've either completely duped us and it's dry,
or do you want to keep an extra set of sauce for the race?
Yeah, saving our soft tyres up. So, I feel what it is.
So all I can assume so far.
Tops out the session with a 1:35.3. Good time from him there.
So who we putting the Euro on for pole here? We need to get this sorted.
Well, I think Q3 pole, I'm going to put it on 6 mag. I'm going to go P2 Carney. I'm going to put P3 Monster. I think he can pull it out the bag.
Right. I'm going to go with Total Carney here. That lap time in the medium is pretty solid, like, so. I think if you count the tyre difference, I think the tyre difference between soft and medium here, correct me if I'm wrong, anybody in the group there will has it in front of them. I think it's closer to a second around here, so rather than 4:10. So I do think that tyre, the fastest lap there in Q2 was actually Total Carney taking the tyre disadvantage into it. So Q3.
He is going to be one to look out for. Bob's going with his fellow countryman there, saying that he thinks for pole, his words, the Canadian. So
the Canadian, yeah.
He thinks Carney as well.
There we go. Should be interesting.
He's saying 8/10 difference. So that
8/10, there you go, yeah.
Yeah, he would have been 4/10, or just under 4/10 ahead. That is some good pace.
Yeah, yeah, and can Jack DNF get the hat-trick of getting out first in all 3 sessions?
He's not in it, so probably not.
Oh, no, you won't, yeah, that's also true. I thought I seen a Red Bull with Spec Drive this time, yeah, I saw the Red Bull go out. So, yeah, Jack be waiting a while.
Yeah.
So, a Red Bull hat-trick, but not a driver hat-trick. So, Spec Drive is out there. So everyone's on the soft tyre. They're all going out for their first runs. Keeping it nice and tidy. I'm sure we're going to be expecting some safety cars and some nice ding-dong action now in the race here. Street tracks always bring out the close battles.
They definitely do. And we've seen a few people tap the walls here. Of course, qualifying is different to the race. You are using, you are pushing to the extreme, but if it does take itself through to the race, this could be a very interesting one. As I would say, throw the cat and mouse at pigeons.
That's what they say. 20 drivers tonight. No equals. It was not. A few drivers not able to race today. Exams and some good people decided not to show up. They know who they are. We know who they are.
I mean, to be honest, they should get their priorities right. I mean, F1 racing is a lot more important than some poxy exam, but...
To be fair now, you won't be seeing me for a while. My exams are coming up soon enough, so... My assignments are done, that's why I'm here. My last assignment was done last week, so... A bit more time on my hands now, so here we go. Spectre crossing the line, starting the lap. Into turn 1 there. We'll jump on board, using all the track there. Nice and tidy. Down into 4th, I think a bit of an error there in turn 3, but... Not too bad. Using all the track there, turn 4, you want to run as far left as you can there to open up the apex. Making the run. Yeah, 26.5, that's not too bad. Not too bad. I think you can get a bit lower, but understeered a bit there. Carried a bit too much pace in. It's still alright. Missed the apex there as well, but you have to open up the steering wheel there to avoid a corner cut. Oh, very close to the wall there. Nice and tidy in first. He's running medium traction there. I think if you were in first gear like that without traction and you accelerate out of the corner, you'd definitely be facing the wrong way. But a 103.4, this is a good time. This is a good time so far. It was a 103.7, 103.8 there for the guys that were in the high 35s last time round. Use left, use all that left hand side. Oh, he's after hitting the wall.
That corner is a menace.
Yeah.
I
actually think this chicane here that he's going through is probably the hardest for me anyways. Just to nail them and he's backing out. Backing out.
I get too confident on the left side of one and I always seem to invalidate myself on that one.
Yeah, he's backing out. He's backing. Who is next? Craigie. Who is a crew then? 30. There's Clement. Yeah. 35.9. Yeah. 35.6. I think 6 mag is after. He's a 103.0 through the first 2 sectors. Really, really good. It should put him maybe into the 34s. If he can bring it around to the rest of the lap. 35.2. Who is next? Is that a Monster? Oh, no, Monster's coming in. Invalidated. 26.3 there by Total Carnage in the first 2 sectors. That's 2 tenths up on what Spectre have done. So we'll stick on board here with the Williams driver. All drivers on track are actually pretty close to each other. They're between Total Carney here and the car just that came out just over the bridge there, so keep an eye on this here.
A bit of traffic here.
Oh yes, get out of the way. Stay left, Clement. 102.9, so that's actually up on Spectre, not Spectre, sorry, up on 6 mag. Ever so slightly, half a tenth, maybe so. How did he? Yeah, because I suppose 6 mag hit the wall on the right hand side here. Yeah. And Total Carney didn't have to lift, so
and I believe Carney was 3 tenths quicker than the 6 mag sector 2.
Yeah, I think over the first 2 they were only a tenth, but he's after getting a bit more. He's after losing traction. That's going to lose some time. But we do know this should still be a 35 though. Yeah, there we go.
Still. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, yeah, that was definitely a 34 on the card. But
Yeah, definitely.
Additional P2, even with that is
Yeah,
good.
definitely
Good
so.
start.
So at the moment, our two bets are first and second at the moment. So let's see how it gets on their second runs. Spectre going. That's not Spidey going again, is he? He's has the DRS open. It has his battery on full. No, he's 4 seconds down. He's turned it off. He's just playing with us at the moment. Who else? There, yeah, so Owen, Monster, and Spectre are on the pits. Everybody's pretty much in pits, bar Carney and Spider-Man, but I'm sure they're both heading in now. This is the Q3 lull now, where everyone's had their first run and are now in the pits, composing themselves again. Seeing where they lost time and where they gained time.
Track in the calendar, in my opinion, it's non-stop for like almost 40 laps. Yeah, I mean, like all street circuits, they do test your patience and.
Yeah, to me, I love this track, but I actually think Baku is harder. Because
probably one of the hardest, because for me,
which one?
Braking zones, Baku's got.
Yeah, the reason why Baku to me is harder is that you're traveling at a higher speed and you have bigger braking zones. So if you brake 10 meters too late, you're in a wall, or then you have the castle section, which is so narrow, the narrowest part of any grid on the calendar. And I remember doing a race before, left the Simsters, left the session, so he hasn't added me, so I cannot get him in.
Oh, blimey.
I know the lads have him. Oh no, the two lads that have him, I think, are both on outlaps.
I'll get him in.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, I think Baku for me is a little bit harder, but it doesn't take away anything around here. It is full concentration. 20, as I said, 20 corners. It probably has the most gear changes of the season as well. Yeah, so we're on board with Craigie here. Craigie going to be the first guy to cross the line? I think he is, yeah, because Crew's just into sector 2 now. So we'll stick on board with Craig here. Simster's back in.
Perfect.
Lovely jubbly. Here's Craigie now starting his lap. Taking the run up to turn 1. Down into 4th and clips the curb. That's it. Nice and tidy there. Now hopefully that traffic is that Force India. They get out of the way quick. They did, and he invalidated by going left. So Craigie needs to back off, because looking at the time, he probably doesn't have enough time to get back, put a new set of boots on and go out again, set lap time. So he needs to just reserve everything and to go again. Yeah. So I'm on board with Crewy. He is on the run up here to the sector 1 delta time, looking at low 26s. 26.3, there you go. He's 5/10 up there from his first run. That's where you want to be hitting. That's the two guys up top, Carney and Six Mag, are in around that area, so that's where you want to be. So we want to be looking at a 103.0, 102.9 for your sector 2 delta. It did look like he ran a bit wide there, so he might have lost a bit of time. But it's through Singapore Sling. All good so far.
What a beautiful one, the track, and every time I see him go for it blows my mind every time, like it's the first.
It's quality. Right, coming out of hairpin. So what we're looking at, 102, 103? Yeah, 103.0, there you go. He's pretty much bang on with 6 Mag and Total Carney at this moment in time.
Yep.
So we might see this into the 134s here now. I'm going to jump on board just to make sure, see if he's hitting the apex. Bit wide there, but still not too bad. Hit the apex, keep it in 4th, up to 5th. That's it, nice hit. He didn't make the same error as Carney did with traction. 35.2, so he's currently in pole position. Will he go again? He has enough airs, does he have enough fuel? That's the question. I don't think he's going again.
Look like he might be.
Oh, 6 Mags up a 10th. 6 Mags up a 10th so far on his lap.
Oh wow, this this could be a great. This could be a 34 if he can hold it.
Yeah.
Third sector here. Very nice.
Looks very good so far. Eason takes that in third. The crew was actually in fifth on the exit there. Oh, that was very close to a corner cut. That was so close to a corner cut. Drivers are run out of air very early in the race. They're section 34.9. There we go. We got our 34. Carney, where's Carney doing? So he's the next one. That is fighting for this pole position. And
this looks like a lot. Looking at where he is on the track and how quick he's going.
Lemmy's talking in the chat, not in the chat, sorry, in the race lobby. But why is he in the party? So we're looking at 102.9ish around here. 102.9, 102.6. He's up 2.5 tenths here. This should easily get him into the 34s, and I'm just really worried about this car in front of him. Crew, do you stay out of the way? Yes, well done, crew. There you go. That's the line you want to be taking off that curb. That is what. Oh, you invalidated.
Yeah.
Alright, and then that's not the line you want to take over that curb. But
I thought that was perfect.
it looked perfect. It didn't look like he was 4 wheels off the track, which is bullshit. But sorry, but yeah, Monster doesn't have a lap time. He's in the he's gone on the bridge. 30. That's a 103.1 so far, so it's not too bad. Should definitely put him up in and around the top 4 or 5 here. Oh, Spidey 34.971 P2.
34.6.
Yeah. Clement, is he? It's Craigie. Clement is up 8 tenths. Clement is up 8 tenths, so this should put him up to high 35s.
This could be a 34 lap possibly.
Could be.
That's a very nice line.
There you go, yeah.
That's
Nice and tidy. 35.2.
Not for pole, but still a great lap.
35.231 at 35.251 at 35.346. It still is very close. Look, even pole half a second, no, half a tenth I should say. Wow. Who was it? Knuckles?
Crazy. Knockoff has invalidated Crazy.
He has.
Low fuel, and Owen is 2 tenths down at the moment. But it's like 6 mag mark. Who did I say? Did I say 6?
You said 6 mag, yeah. I said Carney, yeah, who invalidated. I did think Carney was going to get it, but unfortunately, whatever happened there when... And I know drivers are getting out of the way, but it is, I have to say, it is distracting when there is a car. And I know, like, they done exactly what they were supposed to do. They got out of the way as best they could. You can see there, it is how difficult it is. Because I remember it was a spec drive that was overtaking Owen around the outside of turn 4 there. And he invalidated by overtaking a lap car as well, so...
Yes, I think that was unfortunate.
Yeah. I think maybe it's just the part of the corners, part of the track where they came up on traffic. Maybe, you know, in hindsight, maybe there was better positions where it could have happened, but yeah, it is what it is. 6 mag on pole, extra 3 points in the bag for himself.
Yeah, I think this is the first time this season Mort's got into Q3, so well done to him.
Yes, well done.
Very, very well done.
Owen just smashing the back of 6 mag there.
Nice one from the AI.
Yeah.
Very nice there from the African boys. I believe they are... Oh no, Racing Point have 2 as well. Racing Point and Alpha Tower were the only 2 teams that have both drivers in Q3. Very nicely done. 6 mag pole position. Spidey just behind by less than 500. Followed by Crew, Clement, Carney, Spectres, Mortster, Knockoff, Craigie and Owen.
Rightio, race time now. So we'll find out now in 2 seconds whether Crew was telling the truth. I think he was. I do think he was, but we'll find out now. Yeah, a little bit of rain there.
I was about to say, it's almost too precise to be wrong.
So, yeah.
No.
That's it. Comments are coming in there.
2 racing points.
Bubs, you can win the race in the first turn. I think the saying is that races can't be won in the first corner.
You can lose it, but you can't win it.
Yeah.
I think it's made up his own little saying there. Unless he did meant to put can't and it's auto-corrected on his phone. That may also have happened.
Yeah, here we go. Formation lap. We'll stick the L-Twirs details up here. Well, I would have been surprised if anyone wasn't running Inters, but I've seen worse things happen before. It was in I just thought back to a race before in China where one of the leading drivers, he wasn't in the lead but he was close to the lead, it was an Inter start, and he was changing to the slick tyres but never changed it on the MFD, and they put on another set of intermediate tyres, and I have to say I found it very funny.
I think Spidey actually done that as well last season in Tier 3 at Canada.
Yeah,
it's
something like that.
Track.
Yeah.
And I think he meant to put on the hards and put on the intermediates.
Yeah. Sixmag is going with a very fast formation lap. Look how far he is. He's a whole straight ahead of second place here, Spidey. But yeah, Spidey's doing the right thing. Like, I suppose in formation laps you don't have to keep the 10 car length, something not done in the safety car. But it just means Sixmag is going to be waiting longer. And if it was real life, I don't know if the game actually does it, but the tyre temps would actually
they would drop off.
They would drop off, but I think, if I remember correctly in this game, that once the AI takes over, whatever your tyre temp was when the AI takes over at the end of the formation lap is the temp that you start a race with. As far as I know now.
Getting some heat this time.
Yeah. He could be listening, because as soon as we said it, he done it. So, here's Spidey up now. The wily old fox there. Old crew, P3.
Still a big gap between the top 3 and Clement.
Yeah, yeah.
It's getting closer and closer.
It's getting closer now, yeah, there. You know what? It's great to see that there's no contact through the formation lap for a change. Okay, so Toe Carney's underfueled himself, which is the right thing to do when it's a wet race. Surprised Crew hasn't, because Crew is normally a driver that would underfuel his car. Oh, someone else has 2. Sadistic King. Yeah. That is it. Yeah, because you're going to be running lean a lot more because you want to get that traction out of the corners. So
yeah. The only problem is because it does dry up. Hopefully, partially through the race, maybe they don't want to risk that.
Yeah.
They're not sure if they can get enough fuel by that point. So it's
yeah.
Risk, but as well as risks, if it works, then
that's it. So they're all lining up now.
Well.
So what we do another bet. When's the first safety car going to happen? What lap? 31 laps. When's the first safety car? I hope people realise that it is Monaco, not Monaco, Singapore in the wet. Accidents do happen, so just remember that.
I'm going to say lap 7. I think there'll be a nice few clean laps, but
lights are out, and Sixmag seems to have made a good start.
Yeah.
They're all jostling for position back there. Oh, Spidey, he kept out of it. Oh, there's a Williams off to the left. There's end plates flying around there. Has been a bit of contact, but I do think they got through relatively alright there. Not the worst. Lemony is going around the outside, is he? I backed out. No, actually, yeah, no, sorry. It was the glitch. I think Lemony's still in 16th. Or Liverpool did actually get by him into turn 4.
Yes, hopefully that glitch does get changed.
Monster's dropping. He doesn't have any damage.
Possibly just struck them in his wet
conditions. Yeah.
If he is trying to use the manual gear.
Especially with the manual gears, it could be just a bit of a learning curve there now. So, but you got to stick with it though. It'll take him a race or two and then he'd be flying. Virtual safety car. Spec drive. is in the wall. In Singapore Sling, but he's still in the race. Total Carney, 5-second penalty with Clement Pheasants.
Yes.
At least all I'll say is he's the driver behind, so I suppose it's better that it wasn't the opposite way and Clement getting the penalty. So,
Spectre's will have to pit for a front wing.
yeah, I think he does. And Carney does have an end plate damage as well, so I do see he'll probably come in too. Hopefully Jeff is giving them good information there with the weather forecast. 20 minutes, it might be, I'd say within the, say, lap 10-12 is when this this rain will kind of start to subside. Lemony hit Liverpool fan. What happened there?
Oh, he's going for a proper 3-point turn now. Okay. Gets it straight now.
Lemony has damaged wing, so obviously he did hit someone in the back. Spectrive has no wing. Spectrive is right beside him. I wonder actually what happened there, because Lemony definitely looks like he did hit in the back of Liverpool fan with the wing damage, but
Sixmac has a very nice lead now.
Jesus, and Lemony,
in the pit lane.
yeah. So will he serve his 5 seconds for hitting Liverpool and then he'll gain one for speed in the pit lane? Yeah, so he's serving the one that he got for the contact. Well, we go back to the leader here. We're having the telemetry glitch at the moment where the names are all moving back and forward. Sixmag does have a big out lead here on Spidey in P2. Yellow flag sector 2. We're going to move back a bit. There is Clement sideways with some wing damage. You're in neutral, mate. You can't do anything there. But fair play to him. He's waiting for the cars to pass before rejoining. And he definitely will. So where's the closest gaps here? It seems to be around Jack and Sadistic. Simster. Going for a Millsy. Oh, he's locked up, but that's great driving from both of them there. Sadistic gave him the room.
Yeah. Both drivers.
Simster run a bit wide in front. And Knocko's a monster. Close enough. We'll stick with these guys here. Owen, Simster and Jack here. Sixmag fastest lap, 1:57.9. It's close racing here. I do think obviously there was a bit of wing damage. I would like to see what happened with Lemony, Liverpool, Spectre if they were all in and around the same vicinity there. Bit of a wobble there from Simster. Right in front of Jack. Jack looks like he got a good run out there. We'll stick on board. Yeah, Simster ran a bit deep. Don't be sticking your nose down there. It's alright, he gave him the space. The switcheroo, what a move, Jack, what a move. Lemony with another pen. Jack be looking to make the move now on Owen. Knockos and Monster are pretty close.
Maybe. It looked like a second ago the rain was lightening up a little bit.
Ooh, Crew, there's in the wall there. Sorry, I just jumped on board Crew and he looked like he was about to hit the wall. I think we caught him mid-save there. He lost a good 0.8 of a second. He was within the second of Spidey, and then now he's been dropped down to 1.7 there. Spidey seems to be clawing back ever so slightly in Sixmag 2. He's after gaining about 3 or 4 tenths there in the last while. It had got over 3 seconds. It's now down to less than 3 now. So Craigie and Total Carney are pretty close. Who was that, sorry?
The back 3 markers all had a stop each, I think, for wings. And Lemony, yeah, he may have stopped. Was it someone else who stayed out with wing damage? I believe the back wing damage.
I don't know if Six Mag's made a mistake or not, but he's losing a lot of time. He's down to 2.2 now. That was 2.9 in Sector 3, and they're already nearly 2 seconds. Jack is now with Owen, right up his gearbox.
Yeah. We're looking at this, like, Six Mag's time was a 10th up from his fastest, so... And it looks like the rain is completely stopped now.
Yeah, it is.
Which is nice to see. Just got to wait for the track to dry up a little bit.
Which will probably take a half a lap now in this game.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long. So
it's a bit ridiculous though, isn't it?
6 or 7.
Yeah.
It is a bit too quick.
Yeah. Is he gonna send it? Yeah, it's a bit unrealistic now, but I just noticed there Jack's up 4/10 on his best lap time so far, so you can see that the track is getting quicker. Owen ran a bit deep, but he's all good.
It's very hard with just the lighting to distinguish where the so-called dry line is now compared to the actual...
Oh, nearly in the wall!
6 Mag.
Yeah. Are you on board 6 Mag? There's a real good battle here going on with Jack and Owen. It's coming out of the hairpin after the bridge. I think he lost a bit of traction there, so I don't think he'll be able to make the move. It's also very close with Craigie and Carney. Just jump on board with that real quick. Craigie looks like he got better traction out there, but it's a tough corner to make an overtake into.
Yeah, Kai outbraked himself. He just had a little bit of wing damage on this front right end plate. Craigie gets the move done. Wow.
Did, and I just moved off it because there was Jack and Owen are right beside each other as well.
I thought better of that to not get those and just pull down through the bridge there.
I think Jack has shown that his qualifying wasn't his true reflection of his pace here, because he's definitely flying through the grid.
Yeah, I think he did put in the chat earlier.
Yeah. Going for the move here into turn 1.
Validated his best.
Oh, very close, very close. He does have the inside line now for 3, which will turn into the outside for 4.
And then he gets a much better launch there.
Yeah, he does. Oh, little tap. But yeah, great racing there by the boys. Great racing. Who else? Oh, Spidey's now right up with 6 Mag now.
Yeah.
And they're dropping crew behind. Crew's now 4.7 behind, so...
I think Jeff's going to be on the radio, these guys now.
Yeah.
It's almost switch over.
I'd say it's next lap.
The message.
Yeah.
So, let's see if they can time it to perfection, or if the back runners will get it activated before they hit the pits. Let's see who gets better off in the switch over period here.
It looks, I'm on board with crew here. There's a bit of spray coming off the tyres, but the track itself looks completely dry.
Looks like Owen is struggling in these conditions. I'm just all the Simster and Owen's sliding all over the place like he's on ice at the moment.
Does Owen have wing damage? No, he doesn't.
I couldn't see it.
No. But Total Carney does have the wing damage from that contact on lap 1. Now Spidey, if I'm Spidey here, maybe not this lap, but I would be trying to make a gamble sometime soon. Yeah, now you're reserving in the race just for a bit of fun. Try to pull something. Yeah. He's right. I think 6 Mag is definitely struggling, and he's holding up Spidey. Just going to keep on board with everyone here. Just want to see if anyone's going to make the move. Oh, here's a move. Carney's in. He kind of cut across the track to get in, but yeah, he's the first guy to make the move, and I suppose he does have the wing damage as well, so maybe it's a worthwhile risk to get that wing changed, and not get held up in traffic if he was to make the pit on the same lap as everyone else. So
it's 5 seconds as well.
And Lemony's on Miss Lemony. Lemony's on mediums. He'd made the move there just beforehand. He's into Singapore Sling, and he's looking on board. Does look a bit early. He looks like he's driving on ice there.
It does look like he's struggling, maybe. Ooh.
Yeah, I also think Sauce might have been the best call.
And Vintage, he gets it done.
Spectro's in, Clement's in. Spectro and Clement are in. I think Clement's making a move onto the hards, and so is Spectro. To me, I probably DRS enabled. This is the lap now. Everyone's coming in now. For me, I would have went softs, and the reason being, obviously, it's with a kind of a damp track. It's better to be in the softest tire possible. It's also probably too early to go from mediums to the end, and the hards aren't a great tire in terms of pace. So I'd actually would probably rather do softs to the end than a hard to the end. And once you're in, Spectral 5 second penalty there for crossing the white line and exit.
I was thinking from now soft would probably be the best gamble to go for in this race.
Yeah.
For these guys. And if Carney can get a bit of pace in these tyres, he might be able to catch up on everyone while they're going to the pits now, or intermediates. So he might have made the right call, but it doesn't look like he's been struggling on this outlap.
Oh, Spidey, that's a big penalty there for this race. 5 second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Everyone's coming in. Kearney also has wing damage on the opposite side now. He had wing damage on his right end plate, and now he has damage on his left end plate, so he's already made an error here on his outlap.
That'll be why he's struggling then.
Some people are going to mediums. No one's going to soft. 6 mags on hards. Jack is on softs. I think Jack is listening. We could be completely wrong, by the way. This is just Owen is staying out on the inters.
Yes. Maybe he didn't want a double stack on the race.
Yeah, that could be the case, because Spidey did pit, but there was a big gap between the two, and because if you look at it, Spidey's only 14 seconds. There was a good 10-second gap, and I think he would have got away with it, but I suppose
he's gonna lose more time on this whole lap instead of maybe a couple of seconds in the pit. But Cruz gone past Spidey on the medium, both on the medium compound.
Just want to keep an eye on Jack's pace here on the soft. He's flying. Still a bit damp in areas, even though we can't see it, but you can see from drivers losing the rear. Carney's back in the pits after that wing damage. The risk unfortunately didn't pay off for him, but he's been unlucky. Oh, Jack got very close to the wall. Lemony pumping in fastest lap there. I suppose his tyres will be up to temp first because he was the driver that got onto them. Oh, he ran wide there. He's nearly in the wall. It's not good.
Yeah, just in this lap, look at that. Crew has made up to Owen about 8 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Just because he decided to pit and lost down those meters.
Yeah.
Owen is really struggling.
The temperatures will be through the roof as well.
And just like before Owen even hits the pits, he's been overtaken just in the pit lane.
Yeah. Oh, get there! Brake! Oh, that looked like a speeding in the pit. Looked like he was going 60 mile an hour, not 37. But sure, didn't give him a pen, I don't think. Right, Jack is right up the back, and right, we'll stick on board with Craig because he looks like he's
right. On the stream, it said he was going 67, but he didn't get a penalty for it, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that's why I was on board with him, and it definitely looked like he was speeding in the pit lane and nothing flashed up there. But here, sometimes the game glitches and you get done, and sometimes the game glitches and it works out in your favour. So, as we said, take the good and the bad. Oh, Craigie's making a move. That was a little turn in on 6 mag, but by 6 mag I should say, and I don't think he was expecting Craigie to be there, but Craigie had every right at that stage.
Oh, nice move on the outside there with the DRS open.
Monster and Sadistic, is it? Yeah.
Very nice.
So after overshooting it though.
Sadistic on the harder compounds.
Yeah. Slower, but probably can get to the end of the race, where Monster probably can't get to the end of the race.
Oh, he clipped the inside. His rear left.
Yellow flag. Oh.
Sling.
Surprised we haven't had a safety car yet.
I said lap 6. No, sorry, lap 7, so might get to that one.
So what Crew needs to do now, just looking, 6 mag is obviously his main rival, I suppose, with Craigie as well. But Craigie's on the same tyre, but Craigie, Crew...
DRS as well.
But also the thing is with Spidey is a reserve, and he also has a 5 second penalty. So the person Crew really needs to be worried about is Craigie, but I would say Six Mag because of the tyre, because him and Craigie are mirroring each other. They're on the same strategy.
Yeah.
But Six Mag is on the alternative one, and Six Mag can go to the end. So it would. I'm just going to double check the interval from the leader here. So he's a 7-second gap now to Six Mag in P4. He pretty much has a pit stop to own. So he probably, if you just looking at pit stops, Sadistic is probably. He really needs to jump to Sadistic because Sadistic is probably going to the end. He's 24.5 seconds, and then you're looking at the likes of Monster and Jack. Everyone else down bar Six Mag would be hitting. So it'd be good to keep an eye on that gap, Six Mag to Crew there.
I'm just having a little thought on
Owen is in the pits.
Liverpool Fan Vintage, very nicely done on the DRS there.
Yeah.
So I was just having a think on, as we say, strategy. By the time these guys switch from those mediums to soft, the hard will probably be 15 laps old.
Yeah, they would be very hard to keep in front.
So the soft pace, the fresh softs will really tear these hard ones.
Oh, definitely. It's very difficult to overtake, and it's just more risk of things like that. But safety cars change everything as well.
So Crew's in a great position right now.
He is, yeah. Jack is right up the back of Sims' gearbox here, and he's pumping in fastest laps as well. So he also is the fastest car on track in clean air at the moment. Spidey, I suppose, may be able to go faster. He is within his DRS. But yeah, looks like Jack's going to make a move on Sim into turn 1. He doesn't have any airs though left. He's basically on nothing. And Sim does have a bit more, so Sim's able to use that to defend compared to Jack.
Knockoff. The hard tyre overtaking the soft. Very nicely done.
And Carney on knockouts, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, and he's getting past around the outside. He has wing damage. He does have front left end plate damage.
Slight on the end plate.
Yeah. So he is losing a bit, and that could have just happened as well. So he's running a bit deep now into corners.
Nice Spectre there to pounce and realise the gap was there.
Yeah,
and,
he's pitting.
Go for it.
21 laps. Can mediums go 21 laps? It's been so long since I raced here that I haven't got a clue. But yeah.
It was very. I think that'll be very sore at the end, but.
Oh, Lemony into the wall. I just jumped on board with that one. Is he pitting? Yeah, he has to. Better to say, Lemonie's having a really lonely race here today. He's talking to himself in the race chat, and then he has another 5 seconds, and it looked like he took that really cautiously not to get a penalty, and he ended up getting one. And he's probably gone mad that I'm laughing at him, but yeah, that was really funny, I have to say. Where you see Owen going in at 67 mile an hour and not get pens. Yeah. He's onto the hard tyre.
Spidey's right on the rear of Crew now. Crew has a small amount of ERS to defend if he needs it. I think he's managing that gap at the moment, knowing that despite Spidey being his main competition, he is a reserve, so Craigie is the one that is second closest, and he's like 8 seconds behind.
Spidey looks like he's going to make a move. Spidey's making a move. Again, I think Crew understands that he's not fighting Spidey. Spectre with a pen. Just looking to check the interval to the leader. So now the gap to Spectre is over 9 seconds. It's about 9.2, 9.3 seconds. So that's the gap.
The problem is the racers that started with low fuel only got to use that to their advantage for 6 laps.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So now they have to run on pretty much fumes for the rest of the race in dry conditions. So
yeah.
I think that's why, as I said earlier, I probably would have still overfueled my car as if it was a normal race.
Yeah.
So
looking at the gap there between, I just jumped on board with the likes of Carney and Spectrive and Clement. They're all right in line with each other. The only thing is that I'll be keeping an eye on is Crew. So Crew's 3/10, and that is for the lead. But would Crew be tactical here and use the DRS of Spidey to help him pull the gap to the cars behind, and use Spidey's pace plus his DRS to get that gap to Six Mag that he needs?
I believe so. I mean, just in the last lap, it looks like Cruz just pulled himself along with Spidey's DRS about
Yeah.
4/10 away from Cruz. So
Oh, Carney. Did he just hit that wall there? It was very close. Oh, 6 mag, that's big. 3-second pen. He doesn't have to make the overtake now. Just stay behind him. That's massive.
that is big.
Yeah. I think Craigie has a bit of pace now. Craigie was over 8 seconds behind. He's only 7.5 now. So,
And that is with Cruz DRS usage as well on Spidey. Although that is about to be over. Is he making a few mistakes here, or is he really dropping away from Spidey? From board looks like.
oh, Kearney's just after losing it. I was just on board with that. And he doesn't pit, does he? Yes, he's pitting. Yeah, his wing is gone again. But what I'll say to him if he's listening is this race can change so quickly. Safety car changes everything, brings you back into it. So get yourself a new set of tyres and keep going because things will change.
I feel really awful for Williams at the moment. They spent a lot of money on these wings this race, and I think Carney and Lemony are going to be.
Yeah, Lemonie's a lap down too, just on board him there. Crew is outside the DRS at the moment, but he's sticking with him. He's 1.3 now.
Slowly eating away at the lead that Crew pulled out ahead of him.
Craigie penalty. There's another. That's a net 10 seconds now. There's no gaps in, but Carney behind Knockouts here is the only one at the moment, but it is down in for 14th place. So is Carney going to make the move? These have just come out on fresh tyres from after their damage there. So I think they're mediums they used in quali because they already have a lap on them and they've just put them on. So Knockouts got very close to the wall there. Carney's definitely showing some good pace. It's just he's made some mistakes and he has been unlucky in certain parts in qualifying with traffic and invalidating laps. So he's definitely showing some good pace. He's right up the gearbox now.
Little tap there.
Yep. This one is a hard play. Owen with a pen. Checking delta times. Crew is dropping slightly back, but he also is starting to. He's pretty much matching Craigie with 7.5 or 7.8 now, so it's not too bad. And he just has an over 10. Oh, Carney with a pen. Oh, and he hit the wall and broke his end plate again. I think he's getting a bit frustrated now at this stage. This is the closest battle on, even though it is down for 14th, it is the closest battle on at the moment, and until Carney pits. So Carney's back into the pits. And he didn't speed in the pit lane, so that's all good. What tyre will he go to now? That's the question. Softs it won't get him to the end, I don't think, at this stage.
Not that I'm aware of, no. I think
looks like there's another set of mediums. Wing change. Yep.
I'm just thinking there was a few people.
Carney has retired in the pit lane.
That's unfortunate.
There we go. So Lemony will get a point.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah. Jackson the pits.
I mean, he showed his pace in quali, but
yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Jack is changing wing. There's no end plate damage, but he is getting a wing change. Probably was ever so slight damage there. And I say the mediums, we should get to the end of the race here with 16 laps to go. So
yes, they will.
Yeah.
Just thinking here, there's a few people obviously spinning in the wet, and I'm thinking that that's because they were prioritising the dry.
I say so.
Setup.
Yeah, I think that especially with the race going to be finishing in dry conditions, and if it was a full wet race, you'd go with more of a wet setup. But here, I think Passassin has shown in Tier 1 that here stick with the dry setups even when it's wet. Maybe increase your ride height a slight bit, but that'd be basically it. So he has a 9-second gap. So he's just Crew is 2.6 now behind Spidey, 9 seconds back to Craigie, and then 11 seconds to 6 Mag. So
Getting
14
the gap he needs.
laps.
Very, very well.
I'd say it'd be 25 seconds that you'd need to get a full pit stop. There's not really this. The grid, the whole grid now is quite spread out. Closest gap is 6 mag to Craigie is 2.1.
Yes, there is.
I think a safety car would throw this race on its head. It would change the dynamic of this race completely. In a way, this strategic battle now between 6 mag and crew, it would ruin that as such, because everybody, probably down to Jack, would pit. So everyone would be kind of status quo. Everyone would be on probably mediums to the end, and then it'd be just a straight fight on track. Where at the moment there's still a bit of intrigue about how this race is going to go in terms of strategy. So it's a strategic battle at the moment. He now has 11 seconds. I think we already said. Oh, Spectroid with a penalty. He's in the pits. I've just got the gearbox glitch on 6 mag as well, so I had to move off him. Wing damage, is it? Oh, serving a penalty. Oh, and a wing, yeah, and wing change as well. So he's onto the mediums. Just remember, top 15 score a point or score 3 points for fastest lap, and you score points as well for the top 15. So there's still a lot. And much can change. Spidey is shown his and caught on stream, but here we go. He lit up the rear coming out of the pits, crossed the white line, got a 5-second pen, and then retired. Spidey's flying. We keep on going to stick on board with them for the moment. Checking something. Yeah, they're all seem to have enough fuel to get to the end. Spidey now is a net P1, or will he just, net P1, because he has that 5-second gap now with the crew. Jack with the fastest lap so far, 39.5.
Shows some good pace on those mediums.
Definitely.
And they can go to the end, they're only a lap old.
Spectroid has left the session. Lemony with a 3-second penalty as well.
I mean, Jack not having to pit. Let's just have a look at his penalties for a moment. 6 seconds, okay, maybe that might be a bit difficult for him, but I would say he's a net P3 if it weren't for the penalties right now. He's already stopped to go to the end on these tyres.
Yellow flag set to Liverpool.
Half a front wing on. Left side of the front wing is missing now after that spin.
Yeah, didn't see what happened.
Up on the mediums. Maybe
it did look like he ran a bit wide and hit the wall, broke his wing, because the wing damage is on that side, isn't it? Right hand side. Just the television cam here isn't in a great position to see the damage. To the left side. Yes. So that was, to me, in that corner, it wasn't from running wide. I wonder if it was contact with someone else. Equaz is writing in the comments there. What happened to Spec? Yeah, he had wing damage, pitted for new wing, served his 5-second penalty, changed onto medium tyres, it was coming out of pit lane, lit up the rears, lost it, hit the wall, broke his wing again, crossed the white line, got another 5-second pen, and then he retired on track. So that's basically what happened with himself there.
For crossing the white line.
yeah, he crossed the line backwards, like. 6 mag is right up the back now of Craigie. So what's happening now is the mediums are starting to go off ever so slightly, and now the hards are coming into their own now in terms of tyres. So I'm just looking at the gap between 6 mag and crew. This gap now seems to be stuck in and around this 10-11 second gap. So this is where crew needs to make the decision of, and again, it also comes down to how quick 6 mag can get ahead of Craigie. because Craigie would be holding him up now. But
Yes, he will.
this is where the race kind of flips.
I think maybe 10 laps at a push for the soft around here.
Yeah, he's still a good 3-4 laps away from that.
Yeah. I mean, after 10, if the mediums are starting to drop off now, I can only assume it'll be about 8 before the softs really start to feel that kind of pain. So maybe 10 laps at a push on those soft compound.
Six Mag is going to look like to make a move now. Craigie is kind of alright. Oh, he's gone deep. Six Mag there. Is he going to go for it? He's thinking better of it. I will say, Six Mag in this championship, he has to think about it. We're halfway through and he has a big gap to second, so he doesn't need to take any risks. But I do think that Craigie does look like he's struggling.
He doesn't want to get held up too much by Craigie, but
Ooh.
if he gets another podium here, that's...
Oh, Craigie's hit the wall, and twice.
Yeah.
And now he's gone invisible, which is absolutely ridiculous. But it looks like Craigie's going to try to make him move. He doesn't have the DRS though. Yeah. So there you go. 11.8 now is the gap to Crew with the 3 second pen, then brings it up to about 15 second gap.
Six Mag is now going to be on the hunt.
Oh, Six Mag nearly lost. He's hit the wall. I don't think he has wing damage, but there's no visible damage, but he may have damage, if you know what I mean.
Lime, very.
Yeah,
very
the lime green
damage.
damage, yeah.
Yeah. But around here, any damage is.
Yeah.
Can lead to
Yeah, definitely.
As I say,
Yeah.
I think Six Mag just needs to play it safe, get that spot up on the podium, and
Yeah.
get another good load of points for himself and for Renault.
You have to think about it as well, is that Spidey, the guy leading the race, is a reserve, so he doesn't have to think about. So he's in an FP2. And Monster, this puts Monster into podium place, with Craigie having to make that pit stop with a wing change. At the moment, that puts him into P3 if you take out Spidey as a reserve. So Monster stuck with it. He's been having a bit of a tough time lately, but he's showing how good he is today. And Craigie's coming into a lot of traffic now. Right behind Sadistic, the likes of Sadistic and I suppose Jack's a good bit up the road, but yeah, just behind Sadistic King here.
Seatster, Craigie and Lincoln Fang on slash medium, so I think they are worried about how long this soft can last.
Yeah.
So, I think
And Vintage is just pit as well. Yeah. And this is what we were saying then in qualifying, just about the fact that using the softs instead of mediums in qualifying is having that set of mediums, because they are a bit, as a race tire, it is a better tire than the softs. Unless you're going to go for like a 7-8 lap stint, you know, the mediums are the way to go. Spidey is in the pits. Spidey's in the pits. So these guys on these medium tires, they're only doing 12 laps or so, 12, 13 laps. Crew, okay, Crew went out with a pen. But he still is 12 seconds. Oh, whoa, it's all mixing around here, sorry. Yeah, he's still 12 seconds in the lead. So, is Crew going to go on to another set of mediums, go medium to the end? Crew does have the softs, because remember, Crew did set his lap time on the medium tyre in Q2, so he does have that set of softs there that maybe. But that's the thing. We haven't run soft tyres really at the start of the race, so
yes, that's the issue.
There's no kind of information about how long they last and how they feel and if they overheat and all that other kind of information that you kind of need to make decisions.
I think I haven't raced here in a long time, but the last time I did race here, I believe they lasted about between 8 and 10 laps, as I said earlier. So you know,
Yeah.
it is, and that is pushing it. So you know, you're going to be on old soft, they're going to be on old hard, to who can, you know, survive with the fittest at that point. So whether he wants to hop on the mediums, maybe a shout.
Like,
Forster
yeah.
has pitted for the mediums, so maybe Crew will go and slap for the mediums as well.
Yeah.
Team order.
And they will be kind of working together. Like, that is the thing, like the softs obviously initially will be flying and you'll probably be gaining in a second or two, but by the time you catch up to, he's in now, we'll see what tyres are going on. I think pitting now at this stage is not soft. I think this is, it would, if you went to like 21, 22, I think you'd be going soft, but pitting now, it'd be medium tyres. So Six Mag will inherit the lead here now. Yeah, mediums are being slapped on here. So just looking at Spidey, he should come in just behind Spidey, ahead of Craigie. Spidey's coming down the start finish straight into turn 1. There we go.
I'm also not sure how Morster was in a net P3, but it looks like since they've got the undercut on those mediums.
Yeah, but they seem to have the same lap old tyres. Maybe did Monster have a penalty to serve? 5 seconds maybe? Or did he make a mistake? But Simster looks like he's about to make a move on Sadistic here. Yeah, because Simster just crossed the line and the tyres just went on 1 lap. Monster just crossed the line and they stayed on 0 laps. So maybe there was a lap
or a penalty. Or...
I think it might have been a lap undercut. By the looks of it, I think it may have been a lap undercut because Simster's tyres went to 1 lap there and Monsters didn't, even though they should have. But
yes.
Yeah.
So that's a great undercut there by Simster on
yeah.
Now past Sadistic.
Yeah.
Held on the halfways.
This is now where the safety car, earlier the safety car would have helped the likes of Spidey and Crew. A safety car now helps Six Mag because, well, did he have to? Maybe not. I'm just wondering about Deltas, how slow they'd drive if a safety car was brought out at this stage. It'd be touch and go. Looking at the Delta there, Spidey's only 9 seconds behind, Crew's 13 seconds behind. So it was in around a 25-second delta for the pit stops. It was 12 seconds before the pits, he's 13 now, so 10 laps to go. Six Mag just crossed the line there. 10 laps to go, 14 seconds, 1.4 seconds a lap is the gap he needs to catch up. I think Spidey definitely can. Whether it's enough laps for Crew to catch him and overtake him would be difficult, but here, this is what we're here for. 10 laps, anything can happen, more penalties can happen, safety cars can happen, everything changes. So
so just on the back of Sadistic,
right with him,
and that is a great move, getting the better traction there.
Yeah,
just being a bit more patient in that corner. You see that's 90% ERS to use.
Yeah, you do save a good bit when you're in the pit, so he's only out, so that's probably why he has a good bit.
A little bit to use there.
Sadistic has saved his fuel as well, so he's able to run full whack now to the end. Yeah, I think Sadistic's in a stage where he's P7. He doesn't have the tyres to fight anybody in front. He has a pretty big gap back to the guys on hards behind him, and I don't think the guys on mediums behind them are going to catch him, so he's pretty much in a race on his own from now until the end of the race. So looking at this gap at the lead now, 4.8 from Spidey to Six Mag, that they basically have the gap there in like a lap, and it's 9 seconds between Crew. That was 13 a lap ago, so
they are hunting them down.
They are flying. I do think Six Mag is in a lot of trouble at this stage now. Crew now crossing the line. Crew just set a 39.4 there. Remember, Spidey has the 5 second. I'm just going to check penalties here. 1 second. So the top three all have a 3 second penalty, and Craigie just got a second one there, so he has 6. Monster has 9. Oh, Simster and Craigie. Craigie's in the pits.
Is he going for half a lap maybe on the soft?
Maybe. I don't think it can be checked. I'm going to go back to tyres. He only had 3 lap old tyres. He's going for the soft. He only had 3 lap old medium, so he might have had wing damage. Yeah, he's changing his wing. He had wing damage. So that's that. So after getting to the end, and he should get fastest lap. So, but he is dropping down. He's down into 10th place now.
Monster's just over a second and a half behind Simpson. This is pretty much going for net P3 battle right now.
Yeah. Spidey will have. Oh, there was a move there. Owen and Jack. Oh, Owen is around.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I think that reset the track actually helped Owen keep his front wing there. But Craigie looks like he's going to make the move, even though he doesn't have the arrest, or will he be able to defend? He's able to defend that there. But Owen is on old hards, and Craigie is already going to make the move, is he? On fresh softs. This should be... Oh, is he going to stick his nose down? He did. That was very dangerous. Owen pretty much has no airs left. Craigie has 35%. Okay, Spidey's 4 tenths, 3 tenths now behind 6 mag. That move is going to happen.
Maybe Simpson made a mistake. Monster has gained 7 tenths in that lap on him.
Move for the lead, move for the lead. So just watching the move there.
On 6 mag.
Yeah, and Crew now 7 seconds behind 6 mag for the net 40 points, I suppose.
And once again, Hogan at the rate knots still on those fresh mediums. Monster got back to 2.3 seconds, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Of course, penalties are going to be a factor here as well. He has 9 compared to the 3 seconds we got above him. We've got 6 mag is now out of the DRS of Spider.
Yeah.
So it's now down to pace whether he can stay or not.
Did Spidey just hit the wall there?
Spidey's just made a very big mistake.
But I was on board with him there, but it looked like he didn't even brake. It looked like he just drove straight into the wall, and I don't know how, I genuinely don't know how he is still in this race. Let alone how there's no safety car. But that looked like a bit of a... It had a feeling of PK and Alonso there. But it was a very strange one. Yeah.
Crew's really got to get a move on now. Try and catch 6 laps remaining, 6 seconds to try and gap. I think Spidey retires.
Spidey is retired, yeah. I know, I hope he wasn't trying to retire on the track there, because of the safety car. But, yeah. I know, like, Spidey would normally retire at the end of the race to allow the guys fighting in Tier 2 to go for the championship, you know, get the points fighting for the championship. But, yeah. Crew, the gap now we really need to be keeping an eye on is that gap between Crew and 6 mag. It is still dropping, but it's not dropping as much as it was earlier in the stint. We need to keep an eye on that. 5 seconds.
And Crew does have the fuel light as well, so that may be a factor.
Yeah. Shout out to Lemony for still fighting, yeah, 100%. He's going to score some good points here, and, you know, anything can happen. A safety car now could bring him back into this. Liverpool making a move on Vintage for P10. He gets it done.
Very nicely done, man. Gets him just into the braking one.
So Knuckles' a lap down, Lemony's a lap down. They are basically 13th and 14th. They will score points. So
are they actually 2 laps down?
I think they may be 2 minutes behind, yeah.
As Fraser did say in the chat, you know, to be fighting after that when you're 2 laps down is...
Yeah.
It does take a lot of...
And Lemony has no end plates, and has Williams as well. He has 0 end plates. And he's just about to pass Spidey for P13. I shouldn't be laughing, but there's a forcing racing point of Owen coming behind.
Lemony possibly has the fastest lap.
Oh, I think he needs a new wing as well.
Yeah, so the new wing would be like...
He's sped in the pit lane again. Shouldn't be laughing. Sorry, Gav. 4.4 seconds now is the gap, so it is still coming down. But it's going to be interesting now these final few laps. He should catch him at this rate of about a second a lap. It will be about 2 laps to go before he's on his gearbox and in the DRS.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, Six Mag doesn't have to take risks. He's leading the championship by a good 50 points, 60 points. So Crew's the one that needs to get the elbows out here. He needs to start clawing back that gap.
P2 here. Considering it's a 20-second gap as well after Crew. So as long as he just keeps it safe, even if he gets P2, that's still good points.
Yeah.
With the championship charge.
I think Lemony just dropped three laps behind here now. But what I was going to say as well is that he does have the gap to come into the pits onto softs ahead of Simster. So,
yep.
And Simster is a reserve too, but he would score points, well, because he doesn't have a seat. But I suppose Spidey doesn't either. But anyways, Six Mag, if he would come out in a net P2 on the softs and would get fastest lap, which would be 35 points. So there's a decision to be made whether, right, okay, obviously he doesn't want to give up a race win. You want to win the race when you can. But if I suppose since the gap isn't dropping as much as it was, I do think he will stick on and try to win this race here.
Yeah, I think he would be it'd be questionable for him not to, really.
Yeah.
As you say, the gap isn't going down as quick as Crew would be liking, and Six Mag is. Well,
we'll have a look at the fastest laps here. Well, not the fastest laps, but the lap they're on now. When he crosses the line here, Six Mag, we'll have a look at what his time is, and then we'll check Crew and see what he's gaining per lap here. Sorry for go ahead. Sorry, MX there.
No, I was just saying, Six Mag's got to be happy with how he's maintaining this gap.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's going to force Crew into pushing more and possibly mistakes. So
yeah.
I think it would be best 142.5. I think
yeah, 141.6. There's 9 tenths. So it's about a second a lap. So in 3 laps time, so that's a lap 28, 29, 30. We'll put him. We'll put him in DRS zone probably in lap 29 or 30.
Rear now. So
2.9. That Ferrari needs to get out of the way. I think that's Liverpool. But not Liverpool's on fresh at stall, so I don't think Liverpool will be getting involved here. Liverpool probably going for fastest lap. Same with Lemony.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Six Mag's just going to have to try and ride this one out here. Hope for the best. Both of these drivers are going to drive flawlessly now until the end.
Monster could get a podium on track here.
Pushing. Yes, he could.
He's right behind Simster. Simster for a debut, I think he's done everything what he's supposed to do. Kept himself out of trouble. He's raced his race. And currently P3.
P13.
Knuckles is retired. And causes safety car.
Oh, okay.
Where is Knuckles on track? I can't see where it happened.
It's by Owen.
I can see where it happened, and it's not really.
I would. Yeah, that's not really a spot that you crash often.
And not a crash where you get damage.
Yeah. Well then. Simpster, I was about to say, started in P13, so P3 is a great position for him right now. Six Mag is now on the soft tyres, probably going to be a 1 lap safety car to clear the wreckage, and they will do 2 flying laps to finish. this race. A bit risky there from Six Mag, considering it'll probably be at the end of this lap, and he's now got to make up quite a bit of time to Crew. Yeah, certainly interesting.
Yeah. 2 laps to go, there'll be no DRS, so that's another thing you need to take into consideration. Six Mag is now has to get through 2 cars and pass Crew for the lead by pitting.
I think he may have just
Giving away the race win here.
He had very old hard, so he would have had to defend against
Did.
Crew. Right,
He would have, but there'd been no DRS. That's the only thing. Yes,
Yeah.
it would have been difficult, but I think he would have had a better shot of winning.
He would have had enough to defend without the DRS.
Yeah, without the airs.
For a couple of laps. So.
Because this be a
So
short
far-
safety car too, because they try to get you back to green. Sorry?
Yeah. The fresh soft will be very pacey, but how much
Yeah.
more pace than the old medium gets from
Safety car in this lap.
There we go, yeah, just as we presumed.
1 lap.
Green flag. Yeah, I did suspect that, so you can get 2 laps of green flag.
But there'd still be no safety car. Sorry, not safety. There'd still be no DRS because it's the start of the 3rd lap where it comes back. So that could be the difference here between winning and losing now.
As you said previously, we don't have any tyre data so far for the softs in race conditions here, so Six Mag has really gone for it.
Another thing, what I will also add, is that Lemmy Tang, Liverpool fan, are both between Crew and Sim, and then Sim has Monster, so technically Six Mag actually has to pass. Well, I know the cars are invisible, but there is a few cars in the way.
Yeah. But let's not forget, the Mortis 9 seconds of penalties, he's pretty much guaranteed a podium here, Six Mag.
Yeah.
So, as you say, if he can maybe get fastest lap and still get a podium, that does give him a good amount of points still. And that looks like, runs a bit wide, but I think good restart from Six Mag straight
Yeah.
into P3. Now
Yeah. Now he is on the hunt, and he's 3 seconds behind, 2 laps to go. 1.5 seconds a lap he needs, but he also needs to get past Simster here. Now, no DRS, but he should get a much better traction out of this corner. It looked like he got very close to that wall. Simster is using his airs to defend. I don't think he's close enough, unless he goes for a late move here, but he's not close enough. Yeah, so realistically, you don't think he's going to be getting past Simster until maybe the start-finish straight.
Yeah.
This is Six Mag again. As I said before, he doesn't have to take the risks.
All 3 top runners have 3 seconds, so it is down to
Yeah,
track.
it's all on track. Yeah, definitely.
And if Monster can stay ahead.
Oh, he's that wasn't really good, I have to say, by Six Mag. That was poor now.
Just desperation there showing from Six
Yeah,
Mag.
you kind of bashed him out of the way there.
Monster's got 9 seconds, Jack DNF and Craig with 12, and then 3 seconds for Clement. But Clement is out of the 9 seconds, 6 seconds, should I say, due to penalty for Monster. So Monster could finish P4, which would be a great result for the
It would be,
AlphaTauri lads
definitely,
today.
definitely.
Especially for Monster, as we said, first race this season, he goes Q3, and to finish it like this, I think he'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, 6, 7 tenths now.
Last lap.
Yeah.
Down to this. Both drivers need to drive perfectly. No mistakes can be made.
Yeah, yellow flag sector 1 Monster.
Oh no!
No wing damage.
Commentator's curse.
I think Six Mag's going to get him here. He's not using overtake though. He doesn't really have it, to be fair. Clement Pheasant retired.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Into turn 2 there.
Just needs to try to stay within 3 seconds of Jack DNF, and he'll get P5 possibly due to Sadistic having no penalties. Vintage and Sadistic, no penalties so far this race. Good clean races from them guys. Six Mag red flashing fuel, so is Crew as expected on the last lap.
Nail biting stuff here.
This is very tight.
Is he going to send? He's going for the overtake. Crew also has his overtake on. Not close enough. I'm sure Six Mank's not giving up.
No, he doesn't. He's looking for any inroad possible.
Yeah. Oh, if he didn't get held up there, I think he would have tried to go side by side into the grandstand turns there. He's right behind him. It's all about. It looks like he got a bit wobbly there, but yeah.
And looks like Crew's gonna win this, unless.
Oh, he's after tapping him. Oh my good Jesus! 0.105, I should say. Wow. He really was going for it there at the end.
Great race there. Oh no,
yeah.
P6. Still a great finish. Started P6, I believe, finished in P6. Let's have a look at Simster from P13 to 3rd. He'll get driver of the day from the game. Jack DNF from 14th to 5th. Crew from
Can you get the boys in? Please, because I dropped the stream. Yeah, fantastic racing, I have to say. Lemony, I think it's something flashed up there, but Lemony was not happy with the start.
I think Simpson might have a few things to say after that little dive.
Yeah.
There from the Six Mank, he was getting desperate,
Migrating host of Craigie's gone.
Six Mank Crew, and then it was
Sim, yeah. Simster, yeah. Get the boys in.
Sure. Liverpool fan just crosses the line.
Here we go.
Ooh, I'm surprised. He only went up 9 places, but he gets it, and Simpson didn't. Interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
He also just put in the chat saying that he feels he was hit in that last lap. So
Really?
that's interesting. Let's see what that's about.
Crew, how did you feel that race went? And first of all, congratulations on the win.
Oh, I'm so happy.
My
God.
You were so nervous at the end there.
I thought he had me in the last corner.
Yeah, he actually hit you in the rear.
Did he? I didn't feel anything if he did.
Yeah, it was a bit dubious now. His move on Sim now. He proper sent it into just over the bridge at the hairpin, and it bashed him out of the way. But just from what I was on board with him. But yeah, fantastic to see at the end. Anyways,
I'm exhausted.
Say so.
I'm absolutely exhausted. I mean, early on, at the very beginning, Spidey was struggling. If it had stayed raining like that, because I kept keeping in touch with him, Six Mank's was gone.
Yeah.
Spidey, he was holding me up at one point. I never thought I'd say that. I said it in party. Spidey actually holding me up here.
Yeah.
I've never said that before in my life.
Yeah.
And then when I got that penalty, I literally got 2 warnings in 3 corners.
Right.
And for that last stint, after 3 laps of the second stop, I had a yellow wing, half yellow wing.
Right.
So I was doing that while step up. That's before Spidey went out. So I was nursing that. I thought, I'm not going to catch him here. And I thought, hang on a minute, there's a shout here. So I think I would have got him anyway before the safety car.
Right. It was getting close. That was the next question I was going to ask you. You had 3 seconds gap. I think it dropped maybe even nearly down to 2, but it was very. Oh, and actually as well, I don't know if you've seen, but that safety car was
Questionable.
It highly questionable of how it was caused.
Right.
Highly it was more down to the corner was that, and if a driver's two laps down and the corner was that, doesn't
right
look well. So the footage has been requested anyways. But yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's
there was a that last stint there when I pit for I did my first medium to medium.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go an extra lap or 2 because I did quali on them second set of mediums. So,
right. Okay.
because I only did quality on the mediums because I thought there has been occasions where it still starts you on the dry tyre, even though it says it's that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I was saying that in comms. I was like, why are these guys on the mediums, like, keep the medium for the race? And then I was like, maybe you want to keep soft for the race, but I would have been trying to keep medium for the race.
No, exactly that. And it was a case of, like, there have been times before when we've gone, oh, it's a wet race, but it's put us on our Q2 tyres. It's marginally wet. And then you pit at the end of lap 1. So I've always got that wearing in my mind, so I'll always do what I want to do, just in case it ever does that, you know. But it wasn't too bad, so I had to stretch my first stint on the mediums out another lap.
Okay.
Another lap or two for that reason, because I knew they were worn.
Yeah.
But I had 2 brand new sets of softs in the back pocket in case I needed them, and I'm absolutely gobsmacked that Six Mag went in the pits, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in comms there. It was a bit strange because with the amount of laps left, you wouldn't have got DRS. And yeah, right, you had the tyre advantage, but it's one thing having the tyre advantage, another thing getting by without DRS. And it also dropped him behind Sim, who actually had a fantastic race as a debut. I do have to give him a mention. I don't think he joined the party,
he did.
But he kept himself out of trouble and he raced his race, and he got a well-deserved podium. But it dropped him behind him as well, and then there was lap cars in the way, and I was like, right, you know. And as well, Six Mag so far in the championship, I know he's in the party here as well, he's so far ahead in the championship that he didn't have to take any risk. The risk was on your side of things. You were the one that needed to take the risk, not him, because he's so far in the lead and stuff that I was surprised that he did come in, especially with how little left of the race there was. I know his tyres were probably at 70% or something, and he probably felt that he wouldn't keep you behind, but you are gaining on him massively. But it started, as the race was getting on, it started to drop below a second a lap then towards the end, and it did look like it would have been, you would have caught it, maybe you would have caught him with the second, like this without safety car, maybe second last lap.
Caught him
within DRS. Yeah.
I mean, at first I was flying, I was doing like over a second a lap at first.
Yeah.
For the first 3 laps of that stint, and then I got the wing damage.
Oh, I didn't know you had wing damage, right.
So I just yellow wing damage on one half, on one side.
Right.
So, I think that was with about 10 laps to go.
Right, okay.
Was that the
maybe
one where
maybe a bit less.
That might have been Shane, where remember you caught it?
Yes, and I said, yeah. Yeah, did right, but yeah, I think I seen you hit the wall just before the bridge. At the bridge.
A few corners. It was on the exit of going under the bridge towards the end of the lap. Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
I'd seen that. Yeah, we were calling it the lime green damage.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that much. That good. It was worse than that.
Yeah,
it was proper yellow. So that plateaued the gain. Then I thought, right, I'll just sit tight then.
Yeah.
And then Spidey spun, but by that time Spidey had probably caught up to Six Mag.
That was also dodgy as well, I have to say.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh,
extremely dodgy. But
oh, right, okay.
You know the corner underneath the grandstand. He didn't brake, he just went straight into the wall, and I don't even know how he didn't how his car stayed on track, racing and didn't lose a wheel. But it was caught in stream, so I'll have to look back at the stream and check the throttle map on it.
Yeah, and I thought Six Mag, you're here now. I thought you had me on the last corner. I was so. But go on. Oh yeah, absolutely. But because I was thinking, right, if I survived both the DR, because did we have DRS? No, we didn't have DRS.
No, not after the safety car.
No, I thought if I survived them straights, I'm all right.
You had more airs as well, crew.
Yeah, I saved it up, and I saved all my fuel up on the safety car straight away. With staying out, I thought, right, it's all getting banked. Right. Right, okay.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, yeah. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because it did look like you had the gap for a free pit stop. We'd mentioned it probably about 5 laps ago. You were about 25 seconds ahead of Sim or was it? Yeah, whoever was in third place, Monster, I think, or Sim at the time.
It was Sim. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it. That was what I was thinking. That I was before the safety car came out. I'm at the stage where I was before I started to catch Six Mag again. I thought, right, I've got a gap here. I can
Yeah.
pick the softs, get the fastest lap, and still get P2 here.
Yeah,
But then I realised, the thing that put me off doing that was the wing damage. That would have
Yeah.
set me behind.
because that's an
them
extra
and
5
Monster.
seconds as well if you changed it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I thought, it's not worth it. I'll just sit tight
Yeah.
and see what happens.
And it was something even
But,
as well, earlier on the stint when you were gaining so much, I actually was thinking, right, if it was Six Mag had a chance to think of maybe, right, the gap you were gaining at 2 seconds a lap, so at one stage it looked like there was no chance of Six Mag keeping the lead, but then obviously you got the wing damage, and then the gap, he was able to keep a bigger gap for longer and stuff. So initially
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe, right, Six Mag, as I said, he's 50-60 points in the lead championship. Is it worth him knowing that he's going to finish P2 because crew was coming at a rate of knots at the start, to come in and stop for softs and go for fastest lap and still get second, but also get the 3 points for fastest lap? But then obviously your gap, but then when you got the wing damage, he was able to keep that gap, and then obviously it changed then to, right, actually I can still win this race. Well, that's what I was looking at. What about you, Six Mag? Did you think about coming in for softs earlier, or were you always just going to go to the end? Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And not just that as well. If you still had the hard tyres because of the safety car, you might have lost a few more places.
Yeah.
You might have ended up in P3 or P4 because of the other guys catching back up on the mediums. But it's what it is. It was good. It was great fun.
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
No, it was really, really good.
Thank you. Well done, mate. You kept me on my toes. Bloody hell. Oh, God. I think I might have woken the missus up because I've been screaming when I crossed that line then.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd say so. Happy.
I will have to say that, it was very surprising that there wasn't any safety cars, and the start. What I will say at the start looked relatively clean. There was a bit of obviously end plates moving, and I did say at the start when you were forming the grid that here, I hope people don't overreact, because it's lap 1 in Singapore, and the Joy is already difficult as it is, but it's also an Inter, so you also take that into consideration too, I think, as well, and try to be a bit more calm and cautious. Now, there was a bit of wing plates damage, but from what I hear from Spec Drive, Lemony and stuff like that, there was a bit of, their races were kind of ruined on lap 1.
Well, Lemony's, bless him, was ruined beforehand because he didn't have a setup that entire race.
Right, and did he intentionally choose to give himself a quali ban there?
Yeah, I think because of what happened last week with Folksy, so he said, I'm putting my hand up there and I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Which is fair dues.
Which we kind of gathered when I got to 2 minutes left, he hadn't gone out. I was like, he must be giving himself a ban.
And also, something else I want to mention with Lemony, hats off to him for this. Whilst we were forming back up for the start after the safety car, he said, right, as soon as this safety car starts, I am pulling out of the way to get out of the way of this scrap. For you, Six Mag.
I get you, yeah.
Because the black cars don't ghost under the safety car until it's green.
Yeah. Was Lemony not in the party? Because I'm sure, I thought he was, but then his name was flashing in the chat, at the race chat, and I was wondering why.
He only after you saw it flashing, he joined the party after that. He wasn't in the party before that.
Because that was it during the race. That was near the end, I noticed that now, to be fair. I don't know. Yeah, because I was wondering why Lemony was. In fairness, I laughed a few times at Lemony, but he got 3 speed in the pit lane penalties, where he looked like he was. And then, if you look at the onboard of Owen on the stream, Owen goes across the pit lane entrance at 67 mile an hour, and the speed limit is 37, and he doesn't get a speed in the pit lane penalty. So I don't understand that now, but it did happen. MX even seen it there as well, which yeah, I don't understand it, but it happened. Yeah, I know there's something else I was going to say. Something happened between Liverpool fan and Lemony. I think was that on under VSC.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's probably something that would probably be looked at as well. So, yeah. It was a great race. Well, what I say, I think it needed a safety car, but it was a strategic race, especially between the two of you guys. Because obviously we knew that Six Mag was going to try to go to the end, and you were going to do like a medium, or medium soft, or whatever.
My plan was to do the opposite of Six Mag.
Right.
Whatever he was doing, I was going to do the opposite.
Right.
Yeah. So because he was about 6.5, 7, maybe more ahead of me from inters to dries. Did you change your wing? Did you Six Mag on the first pit stop as well? Both, yeah. Cause I think I can't remember who it was, but someone mentioned that you might have had wing damage, so I could make time up on that one as well.
Yeah.
The extra time for the wing. So I thought, right, whatever he does, I'm going to do the opposite.
Yeah. Because we could see Six Mag pulled away. He was 3 seconds in the lead, and then Spidey was gaining, like he was gaining pretty quick, and that's probably down to the wing damage then. Yeah, I'd assume then. So, yeah, it was. There was a lot of battles at the start, and then like especially in Singapore, the track then, being the nature of the track, it kind of not that it got boring, but there was no real battles on track, and then it became a strategic battle between you two because as we were saying then, Spidey, he's a reserve, so he's not really involved. So it was between the two of yous, and then Monster was having a really good race, and then he was nearly on for a podium. And then Sim then got him. Then he had an accident at the end, turn 1, and then he dropped down. But and then Clement retired near the end as well. So that safety car, I think, if it was a bit earlier, it would have spiced things up a bit more. But still, it still spiced things up. Like the two of you crossed the line by 1/10 of a second. So
yeah.
I have to say, Six Mag, that move there on Sim was a bit dodgy. Now I have to say. We're on board for that one. Elbows out to say the least. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I suppose your mentality sounds very Ayrton Senna, and my mentality is very Alain Prost. And in my position, if I was in your position there, I would have been, all right, I'm 60 points in the lead. I probably won't be able to catch Crib. No, you nearly did. But I suppose there's that risk reward thing. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. That. Yeah. You don't have to make the crew has to make the risks here. He's the one that's further behind in the championship, and you have a healthy lead, which I was actually quite surprised. I only looked at the table today, and with how close the racing's been, and how many different winners we've had. I think we've had. Trying to think now. Did you win 2 races? Did you? No, but Knockouts is 1-2. Knockouts is 1-2.
Knockouts is 1-2. This is my second. Yeah.
So you've won 2. So Six Mag is 1-1, Crew's 1-2, Knockouts is 1-2, and then I can't remember the other person.
1-1.
Who?
Clement
has won the other one. Yeah. So going into this, there was 5 race winners. You know what I mean? Wasn't it 5? Yeah.
4.
So
yeah, 4.
4 race winners in 5 races. So it I was quite surprised at how far Six Mag was in the lead of the championship. He was on 150 something, and then it was like 96. And Liverpool and I think Sadistic were second and third, and they don't even have a race win or a pole.
I've missed a race, and I had a very bad one at Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, where Six
where
Magden must have been just constantly in the podium then, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I know. We still understand what you mean, so don't be apologising. But yeah, it was like, you know, the strategy of it all and pulling out the gap and seeing if Crew could pull up out enough of a gap that when he pit he'd be able to gain, or could you keep the gap big enough that it made it too difficult for Crew. Yeah, and then it was very, very interesting. I have to say no, it was good, very, very good.
Yeah, well done, mate. That's 2 good scraps we've had now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you too. Well done, mate. Cheers.
There we go. So yeah, that's it. I suppose we can wrap the stream up now. So yeah, congrats Crew, congrats Six Mag, congrats Sim. Great debut. We are back tomorrow for F2, as you can see from my stream that I'm doing a bit of practice. And yeah, we have F3 then on Friday at a track that we will find out Friday morning. So and I hopefully will be able to race. I put my name down to it, so knock some F1 cobwebs off and get myself ready for next game, since I'm officially coming back to racing in F1 cars next season. So oh dear, but well, that's if I can get into Tier 1. That's it. I've done some time trial earlier on today, and it was a second off. I was like, Jesus. Yeah. So I might even be fighting in Tier 2 next season. That could be the way it is. But yeah, my F2 pace is really, really good. So if I can carry my F2 pace over, yeah, I'd be happy enough with that. But yeah, so we have F2 tomorrow in Circuit de Catalunya in Spain. Tier 3 then Friday at a TBC track, and then we're back Tier 1 next Monday. I suppose as well, since it's kind of been confirmed as well, next season with the new game we will be running Tier 1 Mondays at a new time, potentially 9 o'clock. Tier 1 will be, so Tier 2 Mondays potentially 9 o'clock, Tier 1 Tuesdays potentially 9 o'clock, and then we'll have a PLR Americas Championship with our Americas drivers, so that's including the South American drivers, drivers from the United States, drivers from Canada, and then I suppose any driver that can't make the European one can maybe move over into that one as well if we have the space, and then vice versa with that as well. So a lot of interesting and ideas, concepts and plans for the future. We're really looking forward to it. We're only starting. Potentially could have 4 or 5 tiers next year if it goes the way we project it to be, with the new game, new times, that are a bit more kind of easier for the regions themselves. We're going a little bit earlier in Europe, we're going a little bit later for America. We'll continue with the F2. The F2 has been really, really interesting so far. We'll have more ideas as well that potentially down the line. So yeah, looking forward to it. Anything else, Crew, yourself? Everything's covered? Yeah. Oh really? Jesus. Yeah, sorry for that. So you knew you were going to make the podium. You knew you were going to make the podium chat then. But fair play, great race. Thanks MX for joining us in the booth. Always great. And sure, we'll see you all tomorrow. I don't know who's doing comms, but if there's no one doing comms, I'll throw on the stream anyways and then commentate from the cockpit if need be. But yeah, be fun. But we also have to remember anyone in the party needs to keep it clean and safe. I actually dropped a bleep earlier on, so I do apologise again for that. So yeah, not the first time, won't be the last. Good luck.